Good morning, boys and girls. Today we're going to learn how to make picture graphs. This is lesson 10.3 from our math books. Now, we recently learned how to create a tally chart. And we learned that a tally chart, like how it is right here, is represented by tallies and it represents data. In this case, we're representing favorite cookies. Now, the cookies were chocolate, oatmeal, peanut butter, and shortbread. And each tally mark represents a child that chose that particular cookie. Now, in today's lesson, we're going to use the same information from the tally chart, but we're going to represent that same data with a picture. Now, as you see here in the bottom, it says the key, how you're going to represent your picture. It says each happy face or each picture of a face stands for one child. That means we're counting by ones. So if we look at our chocolate cookies, we have three tally marks. So that means that's telling me that I have to create three faces. Now, I'm going to warn you right now, my pictures are not going to be great. I'm doing this computer brand new and I'm still learning, but it's good to show how to create this. Now, the next one is the oatmeal. I only had one tally mark, so I'm going to draw only one circle, and of course, my eyes and my mouth. And then in the peanut butter, do you remember that when we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then one across, that's 5. So whenever you see this picture, you already know that's 5. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I'm creating my eyes and my mouth just because I have to represent it as a picture. That's what the lesson is about today. And then on the shortbread, we only have 4 tally marks, so we're going to draw only 4. Have you noticed that I'm drawing the circles first? That way, that once I draw the amount I need, I can focus on I'm drawing the eyes and the mouth. That way, I don't draw too many or not enough. So now I have created my picture graph. This picture graph it's showing me information. So now by looking at that graph, we're going to be answering some questions. Now, for question number 2, the first part was to create the chart. That was question number 1. That's why it starts with 2 now. Now we're going to use the graph to answer these questions. It says, how many children chose chocolate? So I have to go to the chocolate part and see how many children chose chocolate. And I count there's 1, 2, 3 faces. So I say 3 children. Then my next question says, how many fewer children, look at the word fewer, fewer means less. How many fewer children chose oatmeal than peanut butter? So that means that I'm going to be looking at the oatmeal and peanut butter. These are the two that I'm going to be looking at. And I want to know how many fewer chose oatmeal. That means I know that oatmeal was less. Basically, they're asking you for the difference. So you can do it in 2 ways. You can look at the graphs, and I'm going to use a different color so you could stand out. I'm going to use the purple. Now, if you look at the oatmeal, I'm going to draw a line because this and the peanut butter right here, these two are the same. Now, how many fewer? That means that, see all these empty slots? Those are how many fewer they are. There was 4 fewer than the peanut butter. So there was 4 oatmeal, there was 4 fewer oatmeal cookies than peanut butter. Now I told you that there was 2 ways. Another way that you can represent this is with a number sentence. So because we want to find the difference, we have to do a takeaway. Now, when we take away, we always use the one that has the greatest number. In this case, peanut butter. We have 5 in peanut butter, and we're gonna take away the oatmeal so we can find out how many fewer or the difference, which is as you know, for. Now, I'm going to go back to my black pen. Okay. And we're going to go to the next question. Which cookie did most children choose? So when I say most children, we have to look at the category that has the most. As you see, this is the one that this is at the end, and this there's only one category right here. This is one that has the most. So we go to the name and it says peanut butter. So I have to write down the name peanut butter. Now, boys and girls, I'm trying a new computer program, so my writing might not be as perfect as I usually do. Okay, the next question says, how many children in all chose a favorite cookie? Now, as you remember, the title, it says favorite cookie. That means that all of these are the favorite cookies. Now we want to know how many children in all. And yes, you guessed correctly. We're going to have to count all the children. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So there's 13 children in all that chose their favorite cookie. So I put 13 here. My last question says, how many children chose oatmeal or shortbread? Now, don't get confused with this. Just because they use the word or, basically, they're asking you to put them together. Basically, they're asking you to add them. Because how many children? They're asking you for the children that chose the oatmeal or the shortbread. So we have to go to the oatmeal. It's 1, and the shortbread is 4. So we can represent that by saying 1 plus 4 equals, you guessed right, equals 5. And that's how you would create and answer your questions. Now, you do not have a book, but I am going to send you I'm going to send you a Google form that is going to look just like this. Please click on the link. It's going to be right there where you're right below the video for the lesson. And you have to write your name. Otherwise, if you don't put your name or the teacher, it will not let you click to the next part. So once you click, you write your first name and your last name, and then you click which teacher you're with, then it's going to give you your tally chart and your picture graph. Now, you're not going to be able to draw your picture here, but it's giving you the information that you need. So on a piece of paper, boys and girls, on a piece of paper, you're going to have to create that graph by drawing a picture. And I'm going to show you how you guys are going to do that. So I have a piece of paper right here. Now you don't see the information anymore because I took it out so I can draw your picture. Now I'm looking at the information, and the title was favorite fruit. So you have to put the title, favorite fruit. And then it says one of the fruits was apple. Now you might have to skip a line and then you put plum. That's the next fruit. And then skip a line and then write banana. And then skip a line and then you're going to write orange. Now you're skipping a line so you have enough space to draw your picture, and I have space that you don't have to be like, oh, I ran out of space. So now the next part is you're going to have to draw a line across. Now, the first one is to separate the picture from the name. So now you're going to have to draw one square, 2 squares, 3 squares, 4 squares, and of course the last one, 5 squares. And then you have to draw your picture. Another thing that you have to remember, you have to write the key. And it's going to be on your form. And the key says each happy face stands for one and then child. So you don't have the information here, but I can tell you the first one is apples and has 4 tally marks. So I would have to draw 4 circles to represent that information. Now you're going to have to do this on a piece of paper at home, and then you would have to answer the questions on the Google form. You're going to have to do the rest. I hope you liked the lesson. Watch the video as many times as you need, okay?